Have you ever heard the term charge your worth? Charge your worth and then add tax to it. I'm going to tell you today why you should not charge your worth. Please stop charging your worth. Stop charging your worth. I want you to understand and be open. Let me ask you to be open today to the idea that charging your worth is not a pricing strategy. It is not the way that we determine how much money we're going to charge for the service that we provide. If you can agree to suspend the belief that charging your worth is amazing for the next 15 to 20 minutes, I promise you, I'm going to change your mind about it. So, who am I? What's my name? Why should you even listen to me? My name is Linda Hales, and I am a high performance coach for women who are service based entrepreneurs, women who offer transformational services to others. And those women are already experts. And so when they work with me, I raise their prices. They start to make more money than they have ever in their life. Most of my clients make what they made last year in 90 days or less. And the results that they get are, they seem magical and impossible even. So if you ever go to look me up on the internet, anywhere, whether LinkedIn or Facebook or Instagram, you'll see somewhere where it'll say that I help my clients achieve the impossible, because it's not that their goals are impossible, that nobody can achieve them. It's that these goals used to be impossible to them. They have never achieved this up until they crossed paths with me. So I'm super excited. That's a gift that God gave me. And I'll tell you a little bit about how I came to be, and do what I do. 10 years ago, my ex-husband decided that he would change the locks on our door. And one moment I was married and a stay-at-home wife, and the next moment I was homeless. And I can tell you, I slept in my car for 2 days behind the Burlington Coat Factory in January of 2010, right? That was just 13 years ago. And I can't tell you that I remember sitting in my car going, I'm going to start a business. And when we go through situations in life, we don't realize the lessons that we're learning in the moment. It's only when we look back. That's why experience is amazing. But the bad thing about experience is that you only get it after the fact, and sometimes years after the fact, where you can actually process everything that happened and learn from it. So at the moment, I was just like, where am I going to sleep? How am I going to survive? But what I didn't know that was happening at the moment that I do know now is that my resilience was tested. Like my bounce back ability. Was I going to rise up like that phoenix? Or was I going to go into the corner, crawl, cry, give up, get on medication, complain? And I didn't do that. 13 years later, I have a business that has surpassed my wildest dreams. Literally. In the past 4 years, I've processed over 7 figures in sales, cash collected, not just sales, cash collected. That's mind blowing to me, to think that at one point in my life, after that divorce, I was on food stamps. I was on unemployment. I've been on food stamps more times than I would care to admit. I've been on unemployment more times than I'd care to admit. I was a struggling single mom, and my children suffered all of the side effects of divorce. Like my kid was acting out in school, and he was smoking marijuana and skipping class and being disrespectful and talking back. He was doing all those things. And I still managed to raise amazing children I am extremely proud of. That one kid that was acting up, he's in the military. So proud of him, in the Army. And my daughter just graduated from college. She's about to go off and go to law school now. And that really is my biggest accomplishment and my achievement. Not being a boss babe, a girl boss, or a bad bitch. That's cool. But my proudest accomplishment is being the type of mom that I didn't have. I had a mom, but I decided to raise my children completely opposite of what I had. And so that's my proudest accomplishment. But not, I didn't get here without bumps on the road, without bruises, without the feeling the effects of the struggling single mom. But enough about that. Let's get back into this topic of why I'm going to be debunking for you right now. I'm going to debunk for you this myth of charging your worth. Okay. And so this phrase, I just told you, I cannot stand it, how it's constantly misinterpreted on social media about why we should charge our worth. Because when we say charge our worth, we don't know the difference between our self-worth and our service value. Okay. The difference between how we feel about ourselves, self-love, self-worth, and the value of our service. We have intrinsic personal value, which is self-worth. And then we have the professional value of the services that we offer. Okay? Now, I'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute, but there are traits of people, of women specifically, because I work with mostly women who have high self-worth. Those traits are embracing your imperfections. Do you know how many plastic surgeons are in business? Because so billions of women on this planet are not okay with their imperfections. Now, I am a proponent of plastic surgery and getting a little work done. I haven't had a little work done, but don't put it past me to get it done. I am for it, but not because I don't love myself. Okay? So there are so many women. There are so many women making multiple six figures, women who are CEOs, women who are military officers, women who are high paid entrepreneurs, high paid business owners who are not assertive. They're pushovers. They give in to people pleasing. They don't stand up for themselves. After the fact, when they're driving home, they're thinking of a conversation that just occurred and they're wishing they would have said what they're thinking of saying, that what they would have said now. Right? If they're at work, they don't walk into their boss's office and say, hey, we need to speak about this race. They don't speak up for themselves, knowing that people are coming from off the street with less education, less experience, from a lesser school than what they did, and they don't speak up for themselves. Or they're in a relationship that they know expired years ago, but they won't be assertive and speak up for themselves because somewhere along the line, someone taught them that if they were assertive, that's equal to aggressive. And it is not, right? So women who have high self-worth, they are assertive. They are empowered. They exercise courage, boldness, resilience, right? It doesn't mean that they're not scared. It means that they push past the fear and they do things. But most people, including men, have issues with their self-worth, not at the same scale, not at the same level for everyone, but we mistake our self-worth for what we should be charging for our service. So here's some ways that when you undercharge, you devalue your expertise and your skills. And I'll share a personal experience. When I came on the scene with my business online, I launched with a $97 group program. It was for a month. And I had 11 women say yes. And there were women in that program from the UK, from Costa Rica, from Dominican Republic, from New Zealand, from all over the United States. And I would have never been able to do that were it not for this camera that I'm looking at, were it not for the $70 internet connection that I pay for. Because of those things, I was able to create a global platform where I could access and reach people from all over the world, from places of the globe that I'm probably never going to visit. Yet to this day, I have clients from all over the world, Norway, Poland, everywhere, because of this business. So launching a $97 offer that 11 women said yes to, which made me like $1,100, it busted my belief barrier that I could make money online. So those were positive, great things that happened from me launching a $97 program. But could I quit my job making $1,100 a month? No, I couldn't. And when you undercharge and you are awesome, you are an expert at what you do, people don't see you as that expert. Okay? So for example, There's a Bentley that's $250,000. There is whatever car you want to say that's $25,000, a Camry, a Kia, whatever. There are two people who buy these cars: the person who buys the Bentley, the person who bought that Kia. Now, the Bentley is 10 times more than the Kia. The Kia is 25,000, the Bentley is 250,000, right? Question: is the Bentley 20 times more or 10 times more? Is the air conditioning in the Bentley 10 times more, like colder, than the air conditioning in the Kia? Are the tires on the Bentley 10 times, 20 times more rounder? Is the clock on the dash of the Bentley, does it tell time 10, 20 times faster? No. But the person who drives the Bentley, they know that they deserve a Bentley. No one goes into the Bentley dealership needing to be convinced that they need to buy a Bentley. The person that buys a Bentley, they know that they deserve a Bentley. And when they sit in the Bentley, they're like, I'm a badass. The person who buys a Rolex, does the Rolex tell better time than the Timex or the Fossil or the whatever watch that they have that other people buy? No. But when you look at that watch, you're like, I'm a badass, right? There's reasons why high ticket buyers buy. And if you're an expert and you're charging, like if you know that you're a Bentley and you're charging Kia prices, no one is going to believe that you're a Bentley. They're going to be like, something's wrong. Let's look under the hood, right? So when you undercharge, this is directly a reflection of some part of your self-confidence. Low self-confidence or lack of it, or low self-esteem or self-worth or lack of it. Absolutely it is. Okay? So, what are some ways that you, without needing to hire me for 90 days or a year, can go out there, take the emotion out of pricing, right? Like, let's not tie your pricing to your self-worth, because that makes you feel some type of way. Let's tie your pricing to a proper pricing strategy. A proper pricing strategy. And that begins with doing some market research. No one who buys a Starbucks, no one who buys a Chick-fil-A or a McDonald's just opens up in some random corner and hopes that, that this business makes money. There's market research, like what's the average income of a 5-mile radius from this corner? What is the average income? What is the average age group of the people that live within a 5-mile radius of here? What are the schools around here? Are there any jails around here? Are there any prisons around here? Like, do you understand? What are the chances that my business is going to make money if I open shop on this corner? That is called market research. And you could do the same thing for what you do. You could Google people who you admire who do what you do. You admire Tony Robbins, you admire Lisa Nichols, you admire whoever you admire, John Maxwell. Google them and go look at their programs. They're charging for 90 days this, for a year that. They have a group program for this. They have a short program for that. They have one-on-one coaching for this. Oh, they're a speaker. Let me look at their speaker packet. Let me speak at their media packet. Oh, wow. Look at how much they charge for one speech. Look at how much they charge for corporate training. When you do that to someone that you admire that does a similar thing that what you do is you take out the emotion out of, oh my God, I don't know what I should charge. And you start to replace that feeling with evidence. There's evidence in the world, in the marketplace, that what you sell, people want it. There's a demand in the marketplace, because look at all these coaches and all these entrepreneurs and all these consultants that do what you do. And not only is there a demand for this, but there's a demand, and look what people are paying. Look what people are paying. That is the fastest way that you can raise your prices. When you start to look at what other people in the marketplace who are doing similar service that you do and what they charge. Okay? That way you can at least get a realistic idea and set a competitive baseline price, right? I don't believe in competitive pricing, but just for this conversation, set your price to a place that feels good, that still stretches you from what you were making, $97 a session or $1,000 a month. And you can still race it to a place that still makes you feel like, oh my God, right? But it's more than what you were doing. And here's the deal. As you get more people paying you, as you say, oh, my new price is $3,000. Oh, my price is $5,000. My price is $8,000. As you have people that pay you, that slowly builds your belief. And then the next person pays you $8,000, and the next person pays you $8,000, and they're all getting fantastic, amazing results. And you're like, oh my God, I am the bomb. I'm great. Once your clients start getting results faster and faster, that's your clue. That is your clue that I can raise my prices. Once your calendar starts to fill up, I don't know what a full calendar means to you. Maybe it means 4 clients is a full calendar. Maybe for you it's 12 clients is a full calendar. Whatever your calendar is to you, once it gets full, that's when you say, I got to raise my price. And this is how you raise your price. It has nothing to do with, oh my God, are people gonna... It has everything to do with real evidence. Are you with me? Real evidence. Okay. And so I want to encourage you to do that. I don't want to keep talking, because it's like when you go to church and the pastor's finished talking and then somebody else picks up the microphone. They want to keep talking. They want to keep talking. Like it messes up the flow. If you keep talking past that, I want you to listen to this talk, and I want you to feel in your heart of hearts, that you are an expert. If you are watching this, you are an expert. And if you are a beginner, you still got a lot of value from this short talk. You don't need to go get coaching for 90 days or a year to raise your price now. What you need coaching is on, how am I going to deliver this? What am I going to add to the delivery of this? Other areas to coach, but you can go raise your price right now. I am confident that after this talk, after you watching and listening to me speak, that you can confidently go out there and raise your price. Now, some people, and I know that some people will throw rocks at me for this. I'm a high-end, high-ticket, service provider. So I do not believe in filling up an email list worth of people that just want free stuff. So I'm not going to tell you to go to my website and download anything. Actually, if you go there, there's nothing to download, because I don't believe in giving people free downloads that they're never going to open and they're never going to use. If you ever work with me, though, I'll teach you to have an email list where everyone on that list has purchased something from you. I love building lists of people who have been buyers. A list full of buyers or a list full of freebie seekers. I don't like freebie seekers, but I will invite you to look me up on Facebook. That's my main place where I live. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Threads. I'm on Instagram. My main place is Facebook, and my second place is Instagram. I'm going to invite you. My name is Linda Hales, LindaHayles. Okay? Find me and message me that after you watch this, you raised your price and what you raised it to. I'm going to be so happy. I'm going to cheer you on. Okay? I'm going to give you one question to hit me up in the DM with. And if the conversation goes further because you have more and more questions, then I'm going to invite you to have a sales call with me. And that's another, here's a bonus. Call your sales calls. They're not discovery calls. They're not breakthrough sessions. They're not connection calls or coffee chats. No one comes to a coffee chat ready to buy. No one comes to a connection call ready to buy. No one comes to a free session of anything ready to buy. No one comes to a breakthrough session ready to buy. People come to sales calls ready to buy. So if you and I start to chat in the DM and it goes beyond one question and you have more questions and we need to discuss what it could look like for us to work together, I'm going to invite you to a sales call. But I'm not selling you a sales call. I'm not selling you anything. I'm literally asking you to take action. Be coachable right now. Take action. Go look on the internet. Go Google other people that are doing what you do. Find evidence in the world that people are paying for what you do and they're paying way more than what you're charging. Take the emotion out of it. Stop charging your worth and charge the value that the marketplace is demanding for the service that you provide. I am so excited that you were here. Thank you for giving me your time. Again, find me on the internet. I'd love to connect with you. Have a great rest of the day.